Welcome to Kauffman Stadium as we get ready for Game 2 of a 4-game series between the Red Sox and the Kansas City Royals. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Steve Lyons. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, certainly the Red Sox are not where they want to be in the standings, but some guys really have a chance to prove themselves in the last 13 games of the year.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys in the lineup that have to make an impression here in the late going of this season just for next season, and they happen to be hitting 5, 6, 7 in the lineup. When you look at Alan Craig, I know he's got a few years left on his contract, but that outfield's going to get very crowded when Castillo comes up. You have Cespedes, you have Mookie Betts. You better do something in order to make an impression so you can get some playing time. Will Middlebrooks has had a disastrous season because he's been unproductive and not healthy. I think he's a good player when he's healthy. He showed that last night, so he's starting to show signs of being the guy he has been. And Jackie Bradley, to me, maybe the best center fielder I saw all season this year defensively, but he's got to shorten down that swing, think about going the other way a little more often so he can be a productive Major League outfielder.
So certainly some guys playing for some things right now for the Red Sox. They try to make it 2 in a row tonight against the Kansas City Royals. And tonight they send to the hill Alan Webster, who comes in with a record of 3-3, 6.47 earned run average, his 9th start of the year with the Red Sox. We're back with more from Kansas City right after this. Friday night is brought to you by Ace Ticket, the official ticket partner of the Boston Red Sox. The Fountains in Kansas City, the Red Sox and Kansas City Royals getting ready for Game 2 of the 4-game series from KC. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo. Well, strange things going on with the Red Sox as far as injuries and illness lately. Certainly the injury to Dustin Pedroia that ends his season and the consequential surgery that took place yesterday. We thought we'd see a lot more of Brock Holt at second base. Now we find out we will not. Brock Holt, who was ill over the last week, turns out is more than just that. He is concussed. With more, we send it down to Gary Streisky. Gary?
Yeah, Don, the good news, Brock Holt back here with the Red Sox in Kansas City, but just like you mentioned, the bad news, 17 days after that collision in Toronto with Dustin Pedroia, it was confirmed yesterday by Dr. Collins in Pittsburgh that Brock Holt is dealing with a concussion, which kind of caught the Red Sox off guard, as John Farrell explains in our Geico quote of the day.
I can't say, if he was surprised or not, Dr. Collins, that is. But when he went through a battery of tests, it did show enough feedback or information that he's dealing with some of the dizziness and the delay in focusing, particularly with the vision.
So like Xander Bogaerts had to do, like Dustin Pedroia had to do, now Brock Holt has to go through all the procedures and all the examinations before he's cleared to play here with the Red Sox. Not going to see him in this Kansas City series. John Farrell, though, saying he will be back on the field before the season ends. Don?
All right, Gary, thanks very much. Well, the Red Sox are going to take Game 2 of the series. We're back with the first pitch right after this. On Nesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, Dunkin' Donuts, Toyota's website for deals via Toyota.com, Sullivan Tire and Auto Repair, Subaru Dealers of New England, and by the Reebok Spartan Race, run at Fenway Park November the 15th. Well, back in Kansas City, unseasonably chilly here tonight in Kansas City for the second straight night. The Royals are on the field, so let's check out the visiting Red Sox starting 9. Mookie Betts in right field with Xander Bogaerts at shortstop batting second. Daniel Nava is the DH with Yoenis Cespedes in left field. Alan Craig at first base. Will Middlebrooks at third base bats sixth with Jackie Bradley Jr. in center field. It is Christian Vasquez doing the catching, batting eighth, and Jamal Weeks bats ninth and plays at second base. Tonight's Royals starting pitcher is presented by your New England Nissan dealers. Giordano Ventura gets his 28th appearance, 27th start, comes in at 12-9 with a 3.25 earned run average, 134 strikeouts in 158 innings, and opponents hitting at .239 against Ventura. Last start was a win against the Yankees, 6 shutout innings against New York. He walked 4 in that outing and struck out 2. Umpiring crew here tonight. Manny Gonzalez has the play call on the balls and strikes, with Jim Reynolds at first base. Fielding Colbeth is the crew chief. He's at second base. And Brian Knight, the umpire, at third. Mentioned on the chilly side here tonight in Kansas City.
Nice lid.
It is a great lid. 53 degrees. Breeze in from left at 11 miles per hour, and cloudy the forecast for the remainder of the evening. First pitch of the ball game into Mookie Betts is in for strike one. And that's Bogaerts and Nava here in the first. In the air to right field, sending Aoki over towards the line to make the catch for the first out.
Well, defensively for the Royals, Moustakas at third base. Escobar continues at short. Infante over at second base. Rough night for Hosmer last night over at first base. He's back out there again. In the outfield, Gordon, Kane, and Aoki. And your battery for this evening, Salvi Perez and the hard-throwing Ventura. This guy throws an easy 98.
Xander Bogaerts takes a look at it. It's a little bit high for ball one.
You know, Don, sometimes when you see a guy that throws as hard as Ventura does, he's a max effort guy. You see him rearing back, throwing it as hard as he can. But this guy just has such an easy motion, and then it's on you in a heartbeat.
Average fastballs, velocity-wise, Ventura at 96.9 is average. We saw Aroldis Chapman earlier this year, an amazing 100.4. As Ventura's got something in his eyes right now that are bothering him. Is coming in from third base is Moustakas.
Sometimes when it's windy, your eyes water, but he might have got a little piece of dust in there.
Last thing you want is a guy throwing that hard who's not able to see.
Yeah.
That would make me very uncomfortable.
Not so much.
1-1 to Bogaerts, and he'll send it out towards center field. Now to get in for a base hit. So Xander Bogaerts with a one-out single, first base runner of the night for Boston.
Well, you notice that list we showed you of the guys with the fastest fastballs in Major League Baseball. Everyone on that list, with the exception of Ventura, was a reliever. A guy that can come in for one inning and blow it in there as hard as he can. This guy's got to sustain that fastball for 6-7 innings.
1 out, 1 on. Daniel Nava, the batter. There's some question as to whether or not he was going to start tonight's game. Had some food poisoning apparently yesterday, and it was sort of a game time decision, but apparently okay. Still in the lineup and gets his first at bat of the night.
Is it only because we know he's sick, or does he look a little green?
I saw before the game he did not look particularly good. In fact, if I had to bet at that point, I thought he was not going to play tonight, but he is in there.
Yeah, there's some little color in his face, but yeah, I thought he was gonna be visiting the men's room during batting practice today.
In there for a strike, and it's 0-2 now to Nava.
Changeup at 86 miles an hour. He also has a pretty darn good curveball.
He's won his last 3 decisions at Texas, at home against Texas, and then last time out at New York. Overthrew that, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. He's gone 43 consecutive innings without giving up a home run. Tough time against the Red Sox in his only other appearance against Boston. And striking out is Nava. He knew it and takes with him the first K of the night for Ventura. Well, tonight's Cold Hard Facts are brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Opponents have not attempted a steal in any of Giordano's. Ventura's 30 career outings, spanning 173 1/3 innings, the longest stretch to begin a career since the end of World War II. The record is Whitey Ford's 35 starts and 262 innings, 1955 to 1956.
No one's attempted to steal?
That's nobody.
Well, Perez has a little bit to do with that behind the plate. Usually a guy that throws 100 miles an hour tends to be a little slower to home plate.
On the ground at third base, Moustakas will toss across, and that will end the first inning. Coming up for the Royals from Kansas City without a score. inning. Royals coming up in the bottom of the first inning. Let's check out their starting nine. Nori Aoki is in right field for the second straight night as he leads it off. Omar Infante at second base. Alex Gordon in left field with Billy Butler at the DH. Eric Hosmer at first base. Salvador Perez does the catching with Mike Moustakas at third base. Lorenzo Cain in center bats eighth. And Alcides Escobar bats out of the ninth spot, plays at shortstop. Nori Aoki leading it off, had a couple of hits last night and a walk. And he'll take strike one. Tonight's Red Sox starting pitcher presented by your New England Audi dealers. Experience the all-new 2015 Audi A3 today. Ninth start for Webster, and that's in there, the high strike call for him. Last time out, a no decision against the Toronto Blue Jays. 5 1/3, 4 runs, 3 earned. Aoki will take ball one outside.
Kind of get the feeling that Webster just needs to bring a little more swagger to the mound. He's got good stuff, needs to trust it. Sometimes you feel like he pitches with the weight of the world on his shoulders. One of the kingpins in that deal that sent all the money and all the players to the Dodgers. And, of course, they got De La Rosa and Webster back in that deal. They were the two guys that the Red Sox were most interested in.
On the ground towards short, Bogarts fields and throws for the first out of the inning.
Tonight's Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. And checking out the guys around the infield. Middlebrooks, Bogarts, Jamal Weeks at second base, and Alan Craig playing first base tonight. Cespedes Bradley Jr. covering center field, and Mookie Betts in right field again. And there's your battery. Christian Vasquez will do the catching, and Webster on the hill.
One down here in the bottom of the first inning brings up Omar Infante, the former Detroit Tiger. And there for strike one to Infante.
This was a really smart sign by the Kansas City Royals, bringing the veteran leadership of Infante over here. Solidify their defense. Bring a guy over here that knows how to play the game. It's been a great influence on some of the younger players.
He was 0 for 2 in last night's game with a sacrifice in the first inning of last night's game. It's a ground ball to the backhand at shortstop for Bogarts. 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Well, fans, you can test your Red Sox IQ right now with the MLB Preplay mobile app. Download for free. Start predicting every bat of every Red Sox game all season. Tonight, Preplay predicts Alan Webster will go 5 innings, allow 4 earned runs, 7 hits, 3 walks, and strike out 4. 2 down in the bottom of the first, and it brings up Alex Gordon.
Gordon is scuffling right now. 1 for his last 29.
Shift on for him here on the right side of the infield. That took an 0 for last night, going 0 for 4 in the game.
Royals just a half a game up on the Tigers for the division lead, but they're going through one of their worst offensive slumps.
Over to cover is Webster. Great job of getting over there as Jamal Weeks gets it to Webster. 1-2-3 first. No score from KC.
question, which is your favorite food from this current road trip? Sox 1 for barbecue right here in Kansas City. Sox 2, crab cakes that we're going to get in Maryland. Or Sox 3, Primanti Brothers sandwiches in Pittsburgh. Text your answer to 526-526. Message and data rates, those may apply. Text help if you need it. Visit NESN.com/terms for all that fun legal stuff, guys. Sox 1, 100% all the way.
Yeah, I'm going Sox 1 based on my lunch today.
And it was the same lunch as yesterday?
Yeah, it's going to be the same lunch tomorrow.
Yeah, that's nice. This is like a 7-pound gaining weight road trip.
It could be.
Yeah. Some good eating.
Alan Craig leading it off here in the second inning. Starts tonight hitting it at even 100, 5 for 50.
He's had a rough stretch, hasn't he? Jeez.
Tough way to start his Red Sox career. Ground ball softly hit to Escobar. And the throw to first in time.
Sometimes you come over, obviously he got hurt right away. You come over, you're trying to make a good impression on your new team. You press a little bit. You try to do a little more than you're supposed to instead of just being who you are. And that looks like what Craig is going through right now.
One down here in the second inning, Will Middlebrooks. Hitting at 189, 2 homers, 19 runs batted in. Brooks 2 for 4 in the ball game last night with a double and an RBI. Also walked, scored a couple of runs.
Hit the ball hard all night.
Pops it up, foul ground as Hosmer heads over, but he won't have a play. Did you know Fenway Park hosts more than just Red Sox games, sporting events, and concerts? Fenway Park has a variety of unique spaces to host your next holiday party, meeting, or special family event. Visit redsox.com/events or call 617-226-6791 to book your Fenway Park event today. Brooks takes the strike at 98 miles an hour. That's where Ventura's been operating.
I got a special text message from a little buddy of mine. Jimmy Joseph McNulty V, getting to stay up late tonight to watch the game because he's a big fan of yours.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
Middlebrooks strikes out looking here for the second K for Ventura.
There's that breaking ball that we talked about right there. I mean, when a guy throws 100 and then breaks that one off on you, you're in trouble. It's unhittable.
So 2 down here in the second inning. Brings up Jackie Bradley at 211 with a home run, 30 runs batted in. You get a lot of texts. A lot of people reaching out to you on a regular basis.
I have friends.
You do have friends. Maybe that's why I find it so strange.
Well, it's just nice to know that there's Red Sox fans out there watching and enjoying what you do, even if he is only 6 years old.
Seems like a great judge, though, so far, as this one is fouled off to the left. Good head on his shoulders, I can tell.
I texted his father back immediately and said, watch that kid.
4 in a row retired here by Ventura. 2 down in the second inning. And Bradley fouls it back and out of play. Ooh. Do you want to relive the best Red Sox moments from this past week? Then tune in Sunday night at 6:30 and again at 9:30 for the Ultimate Red Sox Show presented by AAA. Christian Vasquez waiting on deck here in the Boston second inning. We're talking a lot about Jackie Bradley's swing. That seems to come up a great deal. You feel it is too long? This stage of his career, his swing?
Yes, yeah. I mean, he's got to shorten down. I mean, this is a guy, he's hitting 200. So if you're going to hit 200, you better hit the ball out of the ballpark and find a way to score runs. But he's also only has 1 home run. So he's not going to be a power guy. He's got to have I think he'll actually hit for more power if he has a shorter, more compact swing. Everybody likes the actions of what Jackie Bradley does, especially defensively. But he's got to figure out a way to shorten down, drive the ball the other way, and be viable. All you have to do is hit 250, 260 with his defense.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Ventura. Inning and a half done. No score from KC. is known for here, no doubt about it. Took a walk out to the fountains today, Steve, to get a look up close and personal before they go off. They have the multicolored fountains in the middle, and then they branch off to the left and right out there. But it really is a nice area out there. Whole new concourse as well at Kauffman Stadium.
Nobody tried to push you in?
No, nobody did. But I'll tell you what, it's deeper than I thought.
Yeah,
it really is.
It'd be an ugly fall.
You could swim in there.
Yeah.
Really good. A little chilly for that, but there are the fountains, and if you sit in that first row, at times it can be tough to see.
Still a beautiful park, man. It's been around a while now.
Very clean. There they are, the multicolored ones out there in center field. And that concourse area they added out there in center field is really great. All kinds of stuff out there.
Kids play area.
Yep. And more barbecue.
More barbecue.
This is driven out towards right center field. Struck pretty well as back goes Betts onto the track to make the catch.
Big outfield here in Kansas City. Betts took a little bit of a strange route on that one. Was cutting right across, then he realized the ball was continuing to carry. So he just had to adjust his route, take a little bit of a right-hand turn, and he had enough time to get out there and make the play.
It's a guy the Royals desperately need to get going. Billy Butler just flied out to right field. Back in the lineup tonight for Kansas City. Flying out to the track for out number 1.
Butler 2 for his last 26. Alex Gordon right in front of him. 1 for his last 30.
There's Eric Hosmer.
Talked about right at the worst possible time for the Kansas City Royals. They're going into their worst offensive slump over the last 2 weeks. They've scored 33 runs in their last 13 games. Ouch.
Barbecue right now, by the way, running away.
Oh, man. I tell you, and every place in town has barbecue, and they say that theirs is the best. Yours is a spectacular joint that you go to.
Oh, it's the best.
How many A's are on the window? Triple A, 2 A's, maybe 1. Is there a B? Some stuff going on there.
I mean, you drove by it today. You saw
yeah.
the smoke coming out of there. It was unbelievable.
They have the smoker going, man. I'd order mine to go if I was you. Pick it up running.
2 pitches down and in. Hosmer will be followed by Salvador Perez as the Royals bat here in the second inning.
This year against the Red Sox, Hosmer's been hitting better than 300.
Rolls it over foul by the Royals dugout. Webster with 3 ground ball outs in the first inning. Fly ball out here for out number 1. Hosmer does not chase, and it's a full count. Walks have been a problem for Alan Webster.
That's a good pitch for him right there. He just needs to believe that he can throw that pitch right down the middle. Let the action of the sinking fastball take it to the outside corner.
The Red Sox have had the Royals number this year. In 4 games, the Red Sox have won them all so far against Kansas City. Of course, this series alone, a 4-game series. Boston taking game 1 last night. Hosmer fouls off another, and this at-bat will extend to a 9th pitch. On Tuesday, October the 14th at 8, join us for NESN 30 Anniversary Special Presentation. Our New England Honda dealers will chronicle the network's journey and relive our greatest moments from the Rockets' 20 strikeout game to 1986, the Bruins' Game 7 comeback in 2013. NESN 30 is our story and yours. A strikeout for Webster, 2 down. Here's Salvador Perez hitting at .262, 16 homers and 64 runs batted in.
Last night we were talking about a conversation that Perez was having with Vasquez. Here is the replay of that. It's a pretty intense conversation. We weren't exactly sure what was going on. He almost looks upset talking to Vasquez. I asked Christian today what it was all about. He said, no, he wasn't upset at all. He was telling me, you look great behind the plate. Keep working hard. You look like a great young catcher.
It's all positive stuff.
Yeah, so he was being emphatic, but he was talking about how good he thought Christian Vasquez is. Nice to hear.
Base hit for Perez. A single with 2 down. First base runner of the night for Kansas City.
This Kansas City Royals team leads all of Major League Baseball in stolen bases. They have 136 of them. Perez ain't going to be going anywhere.
Mike Moustakas taking a pitch down and in. .208, 15 homers, 51 runs driven in for the Royals' third baseman. Short lead at first base for Perez. As Moustakas kind of changed his mind in the middle, but he goes around.
This is not a game where you can change your mind in the middle of
No,
a
it's
swing.
not good.
Nope.
No, you can't be in between.
It doesn't work out for you. When you have less than 0.2 seconds to react to a pitch and swing at it, there's no changing your mind.
Moustakas with runners on, hitting at .232, 8 of his home runs. Coming with men on as they go into the shift against him on the right side, and Jamal Weeks out there in short right field. In there for strike 2.
See, that's what we're talking about right there. Let the action of that pitch take it to the corner. He pretty much threw that pitch right down the middle. Relies on the sinking action to take it to the corner.
Ooh, he hits Moustakas. 93-mile-an-hour fastball he gets him, and all of a sudden now Kansas City with 2 outs in the inning, they get something going.
Moustakas didn't try too hard to get out of the way of that one, did he?
Very late to react.
That ball just kind of hooked on his finger, it looked like to me, from Webster. Just sometimes a pitcher will call it hooking it a little bit. Ends up in the other guy's batter's box.
2 on, 2 down. Lorenzo Cain, the batter, hitting just under 300 at .299. 4 homers, 46 runs driven in for the Royals center fielder. He'll take strike 1. It's cold tonight. Umpires got gloves going. They got all warm gear on. Everybody, the undersleeves on tonight. Fans bundled up here in Kansas City. Swing and a miss. Good pitch.
Good breaking ball right here. This is perfect.
Bundled up in Kansas City on September the 12th. On the ground to shortstop. Bogart's little bobble goes to second, and they still get him on the force out that ends the inning. Played 2 without a score from Kansas City. There's no better way to show your employees a good time than treating them to a night at Fenway Park. Go to redsox.com/groups to book your company outing now. David Ortiz all bundled up in the Red Sox dugout, off tonight as that foot's still bothering him a little bit, out of the lineup on a chilly night.
He got tightened up tonight too. Boy, they were down there cutting his hair, trimming up his beard. They had one of those personal barbers come in. There was a bunch of guys cruising through to take their turn. Look at how perfect the line on that beard is.
A lot of work goes into that.
Oh yeah. I always wondered if he did it himself. I'm thinking, at least on this night, he had some help with it.
Christian Vasquez leading it off here in the third inning. 219, no homers, 15 runs batted in. Vasquez, Weeks, and Betts here in the third inning to face Ventura. Has 3 strikeouts through the first 2 innings.
Oh!
Took a little off.
Kristen, when he first came up here, was really working hard at trying to drive the ball the other way. He needs to stick with that game plan. You see every once in a while that front shoulder pulling out of there a little bit. Kind of hard to go the other way if you're pulling off the ball.
Swing and a miss. 98. And moving in. That's 4 strikeouts now for Ventura.
And it's kind of hard to hit 98 too. With movement.
I mean, that's the thing. There's nothing straight about that either.
That's the kind of pitch where Perez wasn't even sure if he caught it. Yeah. 98 with movement. Good. Go ahead.
One down here in the third inning. Jamal Weeks standing in. 5th straight start now for Weeks at second base. So take the pitch for strike 1. News today that Brock Holt did indeed have a concussion. The thing that worries me about that is that here we are a long time after it happened, and it has been diagnosed now, so he's had it all along, and the fact that he's still having symptoms is certainly not a good thing.
Yeah, and you kind of, Brock Holt's the kind of guy who's not going to take himself out of the lineup. He's like Pedroia, the same thing. And he was hurting and showing symptoms and didn't say anything about it. Took a good punch from Pedroia on that play. Shook it off, kept playing.
On the ground down the first baseline, fair ball into right field. Jamal Weeks headed for second base. Aoki able to grab it, but a double down the line for Jamal Weeks. He's aboard here in scoring position with 1 down in the inning.
Weeks has been picking on Hosmer down there at first base. He hit that double off of Hosmer's glove to extend the score to a 6-3 lead. Watch this. Doesn't even look like Hosmer actually tries to catch the ball. He just, I guess it was maybe too far away from him. He went into the dive and then decided to just brace his fall.
One out runner at second base, and Mookie Betts the batter. That's flied out to right field, and Nori Aoki in the first inning, and now it's a ground ball base hit into right field. Jamal Weeks being waved around. Aoki will not throw, and in to score is Jamal Weeks. Red Sox take a 1-0 lead. Mookie Betts drives in the game's first run.
Just taking what they give you. You throw the ball down and away, just poke it into right field. Excellent hitting. I was talking to Mookie before the game, and I said, hey, I thought maybe you were playing second base today. He goes, yeah, me too. Because I think there was a couple guys maybe sick, someone else out of the lineup. I said, well, I know Ortiz is out of the lineup. And, he's 38 years old. He deserves a day off every once in a while. He said, yeah, I'm just hoping I'm still playing when I'm 38.
He's got himself an RBI single here in the third inning with 1 out. Xander Bogaerts down on the count 0-1. Will skip in. See if Jamal Weeks tries to steal again. So we mentioned no opposing runners attempted to steal through Giordano's first 30 major league outings, 29 starts, spans 173 and a third innings. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
Well, every first base coach usually has a stopwatch, and they time how quickly a guy will throw the ball to home plate. And at a certain time, if he's quicker than that time, they'll say, hey, don't go, because, well, there's a stopwatch right there for Arnie Baylor. If he's quick enough to the plate, doesn't make sense to try to steal, because a good throw is going to get you. And the guy that behind the plate throws runners out at about a 30% clip.
Swing and a miss. Bogarts with that hack strikes out. It's 5 Ks now for Ventura. 2 down.
Jeez. Look at the late movement on that pitch. At 98.
So 5 strikeouts now for Ventura through 2 2/3. Got Nava's strikeout looking in the first inning. Or to first, and that was relatively close, but Betts able to get back. Nava will take a look at another strike as he looks back. Gonzalez hearing it from the Red Sox dugout.
I got it, I heard you. I get a look on it. That's fine.
Still in the midst of a conversation.
They're talking about the way that Ventura stretches and how much extra movement he's got going on out there. Oh.
Now Nava gets hit.
It's not going to help the food poisoning.
99. And he gets hit. Up and in.
I've heard of guys throwing up after they get hit by a pitch when they're not sick.
The rookie numbers for Ventura, where he ranks. Quality starts, #1. ERA #1. Second in opponent batting average. Tied for second in wins. 5th in strikeouts. All major league starting pitchers with that 96.9. Amazing that he can keep that going, sustain it throughout his outings as a starter. We're seeing it firsthand tonight. First and second, 2 down, a run in.
I've seen 2 guys get hit by a pitch in tonight's ball game. How about the rash of hit by pitches in last night's action?
Giancarlo Stanton,
good
face last night, and Chase Headley like in the chin area, right?
Yeah.
Jaw, chin. Ever got close to being hit in the face?
No, because
Stockus on the run, throws it up and over, kind of airmailed it. Coming around to score from second is Betts. He is in. And the bad defense from the Kansas City Royals continues to plague them in this series. It is 2-0 now. Red Sox on top.
he just tried to throw this one off the other foot. Throws it off the off foot there. Doesn't really get a great handle on the ball out of his glove, and then just airmails it there. And everybody's safe and runs score. And this is not looking like a team that's fighting for a playoff spot.
They gave him a hit and an RBI.
Hit and an error?
Hit and an RBI.
Well, there's got to be an error somewhere because Nava moves up to third base.
Now they have, they've got the error that allows them to get to third base.
Yeah,
hit and
plus
an
an error.
And an RBI mixed in.
Well, it's good to be Cespedes, I guess. Or a guy who's noted as a good defensive third baseman.
So first and third now with 2 down and 2 runs in. Alan Craig with the chance. as he takes the strike. Average down to 0.98 for Alan Craig.
Tell you what.
Very late on that swing.
I remember like early in the year, if you didn't have a whole lot of at-bats, and Craig doesn't have a lot of at-bats with the Red Sox, but 0.98 looks awfully ugly when you come to the plate. I came up there and I was hitting a .192 or something like that. I'd swing at the first pitch so that my average would get off the scoreboard.
1-2 pitch up and away, and it's 2-2. And this is a really big scoreboard here in Kansas City, too.
Yeah.
It's tough to miss.
When you're going great, you're loving it. You want to tie your shoes, let everybody see your numbers, get a big smile on your face. When you're scuffling.
Runner at first goes, it gets away, and from third base comes Nava. He will score. And to second base goes Cespedes. Red Sox take a 3-0 lead.
I tell you, we talked about the easy motion that Ventura has, but every once in a while he gets out of whack a little bit and tries to overthrow. And this is a classic example of that. Watch him just uncork the ball and fall off the mound. He fell out of the picture. He fell off the mound so bad to his left-hand side. Watch him just fall out here. That ball nowhere close to being able to catch it.
Swing and a miss, and Craig strikes out to end the inning, but the Red Sox score 3 times. They take a 3-0 lead. Your photo to hashtag NESSONFanPhoto for a chance to be shown in our broadcast. Brought to you by AT&T. Tonight's fan photo is from Liz Ann 04, who says her favorite ballpark food is gluten-free hot dogs and beer.
Is beer gluten-free?
I didn't know that.
No hot dogs were either.
Yeah. An RBI and a run scored from Mookie Betts last inning, all part of a 3-0 Red Sox lead. It's on to the bottom of the third inning. CD's Escobar, Oriaoki, and Omar Infante to bat here in the bottom of the third inning. Talking about Giancarlo Stanton getting hit in the face last night. And I asked you if you had ever been hit in the face before or close to it.
Yeah, it's my contention that guys don't get hit in the head unless they lose the flight of the ball at some point in time. Your head is one of the easiest things to get out of the way. You're gonna You're quick with it. You see the ball. You get your head out of the way. And for me, if you lose the ball on the way to the plate, then that's where it can get in and get you. And that ball had good tailing action in on Stanton. But it looked to me like he didn't see it. When you lose the fly of the ball, you can get in trouble quickly.
This is by the mound towards second base. Weeks to the backhand, and he will throw out Escobar for the first out here at the bottom of the third inning. Attention Red Sox Nation, there's a reason why the Boston Red Sox and the rest of America run on Dunkin', because our coffee is consistently smooth and delicious. Dunkin' Donuts coffee is the #1 coffee in New England. So when you want the best coffee in town, there's only one choice, Dunkin' Donuts. The Boston Red Sox run on Dunkin'. One out for Nori Aoki. Rounded out to shortstop in the first inning, 0 for 1. Shows bunt and almost got hit. Able to dance out of the way.
It almost looks like he was hanging out over the plate. That ball's definitely inside. He's one of the guys in this lineup that's actually swinging the bat very, very well for Kansas City over his last 13 games, hitting well over 300, kind of being a spark plug at the top of their lineup.
Down the left field line, Cespedes on the run. It's going to fall foul. It's time now to take a look at our Chevy key player. Aoki coming into tonight, hitting at .329 with 4 doubles, 2 triples, and 10 runs scored at home since the All-Star break. Good last night in the first game of the series for Kansas City.
They'll run a little bit for you, too, at the top of the lineup. 15 stolen bases. It's a very odd team.
How so?
Well, they lead the major leagues in stolen bases. They play really good defense. They have the best bullpen in Major League Baseball. They've hit the fewest home runs in Major League Baseball. And they don't score any runs. And yet they're in first place.
And a check swing grounder out to Weeks. Got to hurry, and he just does get it there for the second out of the inning. Well, the Bruins begin their second season of Behind the B. Monday night at 8. Go inside the player meetings after the team's disappointing second-round playoff exit. Plus, hometown visits are documented. Don't miss all that and more on the season premiere of Behind the B Monday night at 8. Two down here in the third inning brings up Omar Infante. Grounded out to shortstop in the first inning.
See, I know that's why little Jimmy likes you so much, because you're so kind to everybody. Said that was sort of like a check swing ground ball from Aoki.
Yeah.
Oh, that was his full swing.
That was the full swing.
That's it.
Trying to make Nori feel better about the situation.
Hey, he's playing okay. He's playing good baseball.
Yeah.
That's the swing.
See, Steve, I'm a giver. I give.
Yes.
Give and give.
I got nothing for you.
0-2 pitch to Infante is outside. So far, so good for Alan Webster. 5 ground ball out so far for him. And in this game, 3-0, working in the third. This one fouled back and skipping off the top of the screen.
Did Rob Bradford catch that ball?
I think he might have.
He did. I don't know if he caught it, but he has it now.
He has it in his hand
the
now.
booth, 2 booths down from us. Smiling like he caught it.
Infante strikes out. It's a 1-2-3 third inning for Webster. A 3-0 Red Sox lead. Small business keeps our economy and community strong. That's why they've been named the #1 SBA lender in Massachusetts 5 years in a row. Eastern Bank, here, you're first. Top of the 4th inning, 3-0. Red Sox have the lead. Giordano Ventura back on the mound here for Kansas City. Will Middlebrooks, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Christian Vazquez batting in the inning. Will struck out swinging, 6 strikeouts for Ventura. And a ground to the left side to short. Escobar in the backhand for the first out of the 4th inning.
Well, one of the things you really got to like about Ventura is that he gets the ball and throws it. Not dancing around out there, not walking around the mound too often. Give me the ball. Let's go to work.
1 out here in the 4th as he gets Middlebrooks, and it brings up Jackie Bradley. Struck out swinging in the 2nd inning.
Whoops.
It's this one in the air to right field. Aoki back there with room. And he makes the catch for the 2nd out, 2 down. Ace Ticket, the official Red Sox ticket partner, has the best seats at the lowest prices to all the games at Fenway. All the 200% guaranteed. Right now, Ace Ticket has special savings on all Red Sox games. Treat yourself or someone special. Visit Ace Ticket or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. 2 down for Christian Vazquez. Vazquez struck out in the 3rd inning. Look out, that one running up and in. Back to the mound. Elevating is Ventura. Will flip to first for the out as an easy 4th inning. 3-0 Boston through 3.5. Technologies that make your life easier to people who care about your community. Eastern Bank is committed to putting you first. Learn all the ways Eastern puts you first at easternbank.com. Now we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Alan Webster back on the mound again. Red Sox with a 3-0 advantage. Webster with 2 strikeouts through the first 3 innings, giving up just 1 hit. They're dealing with 3, 4, and 5 in the order, and Gordon, Butler, and Hosmer. Alex Gordon grounding out to the second baseman, Jamal Weeks, in the first inning. Went for his last 30 at the plate.
And you're going through 3, 4, and 5 in your order. It might be the softest part of their order right now. Nobody hitting. Gordon, Butler, Hosmer.
Fouled off to the left, out of play. Tomorrow on Dining Playbook with Billy Costa and Jenny Johnson. Visit Salvatore's in the Theater District. Sail on the Charles and chat on the field with Brock Holt and Christian Vasquez. It all begins tomorrow morning at 9 on Dining Playbook. Balls, 2 strikes to Alex Gordon.
Not a whole lot to that pitch right there. Gordon just swings right through it.
It's bouncing in. Webster frustrated with himself. Full count. Shift on here against Gordon as they did the first time he came up.
With the beard, Gordon looks a little bit like Mark Kotze.
That's the first walk given up by Webster. It's time for a Toyota game break and Adam Pellerin. Adam? All right, Adam, thanks very much. Orioles will be keeping an eye on that situation. Right now, they got to worry about themselves as things are going on here. There's 2 games of this series, not off to a good start here for Kansas City. Gordon with a leadoff walk in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's Billy Butler.
And if you're Alan Webster, you really got to come back and go hard against Butler here. Gordon struggling as much as he is. Kind of a cardinal sin to walk him, make him hit his way on.
Sox double play depth, looking to turn it here on Billy Butler. It has not run particularly well. He will take the strike. It's leader since 09. Billy Butler 4th. Hudson Cano, Miguel Cabrera, Adrian Gonzalez. That is not a category that I would think he would be in.
You could have given me 100 guesses. And against the Red Sox. Swings the bat pretty well, especially here at home. 377 hitter in his career against the Sox, and 8 homers and 32 RBIs, so he can be dangerous.
Starting to stop at first base for Gordon as Butler swings and misses.
Looking for late movement out of Webster. Throw it down the middle, let it move off the plate. He's done a much better job tonight of controlling that pitch. When you have excellent movement, sometimes you can be your own worst enemy. Watch where Vasquez sets up on that sinker if they throw it again. Looks like they're going slider away here.
And it's a ground ball right side. Weeks to his left has one play, and he throws out Butler at first base. Gordon will take second with now 1 out in the inning. The most popular way to follow September pennant races is with the MLB.com at-bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, replay reviews, scores, live radio broadcasts, MLB.tv game of the day, and more. Get at-bat for your smartphone or tablet on the App Store or visit MLB.com. At second base, one down. Eric Hosmer coming up. Struck out swinging in the second inning, 0 for 1.
Sitting back there, you can see how Vasquez can help Webster out just by his own positioning and where he wants him to start the pitch based on where he wants it to end up.
When you're in the batter's box, could you see shadows of the catcher moving as to where he was location-wise?
Yeah, you can. You can't be looking around back there too much because you don't want to get labeled as a peeker. But sometimes there's so many overhead lights that it casts a bunch of different shadows. And sometimes the lights that are behind the catcher will throw a shadow out in front. You can see it a little bit.
This is in the air to deep right field down towards the corner. Mookie Betts at the wall, and that ball is gone. 2-run home run for Eric Hosmer down the right field line, and Kansas City right back in it. It's now 3-2 Boston. Hosmer with his 7th home run of the year.
Hosmer almost fell over the plate after he hit this one. Really extended out there, got a ball that was tailing away from him and pulled it anyway. Hit it into the first row of the bleachers.
First home run since July the 10th for Hosmer.
And injecting a little bit of a life into a team that really looks down.
Salvador Perez batting with 1 out, bases empty. First mistake really for Webster. Now a foul ball back to the screen, 0-2. Home run given up by Webster of the year. Home run's really not part of Kansas City's game.
Nope.
They now have 90. Still the fewest by 5 in Major League Baseball.
Two teams with the fewest there still fighting for a playoff spot.
60th pitch for Webster, and it is a fly ball down the right field line. Craig Weeks and Betts, and Craig over the shoulder makes the catch. Nice catch by Alan Craig.
It's a tough call down the line here whether or not the first or second baseman has the easier play, but Weeks wasn't going to be able to get there, it didn't look like. Craig had to make the play on his own, and that's kind of a tough over the shoulder touchdown grab.
Two down, 2 runs in. Mike Moustakas the batter. It's hit by a pitch in the second inning. Center fielder Jackie Bradley Jr. over to right center. And Moustakas over the shift and into right field for a base hit. Ringing single from Moustakas. Some balls hit hard in the inning here against Webster in the 4th.
I think Mookie Betts had a fleeting thought of possibly throwing that ball to first base. and getting Moustakas out at first. You see him coming down the line. Look at Betts right there. He's already got the ball. You got to really be in sync with your first baseman. If Craig was headed over to first base, I think Betts might have want to uncork that ball. It's not really something that a first baseman thinks about on a base hit to right field. Oh, I better cover.
Renzo Cain batting with 2 outs and Moustakas at first base. And grounding into a fielder's choice in the second inning, 0 for 1. Now tune in tonight after our Red Sox coverage in Essence Sports Today, presented by People's United Bank. Jameson and Sarah will have former Patriot Matt Chatham in studio to break down what the Patriots need to do to beat the Vikings. And Al Duncan takes a spin as a NASCAR driver. See what know-how can do.
Webster needs to shut this down right now. Got himself in trouble by walking the leadoff hitter, a guy who was 1 for his last 30. And the 2-run shot.
To right field and a base hit. Up to second base goes Moustakas. Renzo Cain with another hard hit single. This will bring out Juan Nieves.
Not sure what he was trying to do with that pitch. It almost looked like a kind of a cut fastball. I don't see him throw that often. Just didn't have enough movement to get off the barrel of the bat.
Different result here, second time through against Allen Webster.
Yeah, and that wasn't that bad a pitch. Sometimes you could complain about a pitcher where he's throwing the ball, his location. You're like, hey, the ball's right down the middle, it's going to get hit. It wasn't that bad a pitch. Down and away, a little bit of movement on it. You got to give a hitter credit sometimes too. Cain did a great job of really drilling that ball the other way on a tough pitch.
Just in second, 2 down, 2 runs in. Alcides Escobar, the batter. Tying run in scoring position here for the Royals in the 4th inning. And a swing and a miss. Fastball biting down and in. .400 since July the 22nd with runners in scoring position. Moustakas at second, Cain at first. Fly ball, right center field. They're playing shallow, but Bradley will get back there to make the catch to end the inning. Royals on the board, a 2-run home run by Eric Hosmer. It's 3-2 Sox. have a 3-2 lead over the Royals. Both teams with 4 hits. And Jamal Weeks to lead it off for Boston, number 9 man who doubled and scored in the 3rd inning. Big strike one, 96 miles an hour from Ventura. Red Sox scoring 3 times in the 3rd inning on Ventura. He's racked up 6 Ks. Weeks down the left field line. On the run is Gordon. That is going to fall fair. Bounces around in the corner. Weeks headed for second base. He will get there sliding in with his 2nd double of the game.
Well, he's getting a little bit of an extended period of playing time, and Weeks starting to show a little bit of what he can do. This guy was a former high-round draft pick with the Oakland A's and now ends up in a Red Sox uniform. Big double off the glove of Hosmer last night, 2 of them tonight. Chipping in.
Now the top of the Red Sox order, Mookie Betts coming up. Betts flied out to right in the 1st. He singled to right in the 3rd and came around to score the 2nd Red Sox run. That's a strike one. Up and in, and Betts gets hit at 98 miles an hour.
Man. Here we go again.
2nd member of the Red Sox to get hit tonight.
Right off the back of the elbow, it looked like. It's where Don Baylor used to try to get hit. Don Baylor used to get hit with so many pitches. And he would stand up there and he would just say, I'll just move away just enough. It'll hit me off the back of my elbow there, kind of back on the triceps. And I'm like, that looks like a place that would hurt a lot. He goes, nah. Of course, you know, Don Baylor was a monster too. Ball would hit him and he'd kind of like flick a mosquito off of him or something, like a fly landed on him, like it was no big deal.
Well, Ventura has hit 2 batters all season. Tonight he has hit 2. Nava and Betts, and if I'm not mistaken, both were on fastballs.
Yeah. Navas was 99. Betts 98.
There's at 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Xander Bogaerts singled and struck out swinging. Swing and a miss. Back to the gas again.
Well, he throws a lot of them, doesn't he? If you got upper 90s fastball, you better use it. And he is. And it is not straight.
He's already shown the possibility of hitting you as well. It's got to be in your mind.
As a hitter, it's something you really can't think about.
And hop up and get Xander in the face.
Yeah, I think so.
Side of the chin. Jaw.
Well, at least he kept his head down. Keep your head down through the swing.
Two on, nobody out here for the Red Sox in the top of the 5th inning. bit low, full count. Ventura going for a little stroll in behind the hill in the midst of a meeting with himself. In the air to left center field. Kane and Gordon. It'll be Kane who has room to make the catch, tagging or bluffing to do so. It was Weeks. He gets back, and an errant throw comes back in, and backed up by Hosmer. Sent it down to Gary.
Hey guys, earlier this week, Echo Store donated a total of $50,000, with $12,500 going to each of its 4 charities that they've sponsored for several years now. These charities included the Claudia Fund, the Greg Hill Foundation, Massachusetts Down Syndrome Congress, and the Sean Thornton Foundation. So big props to Echo Store for being a great partner of NESN and for their continued support and commitment to those local charities.
All right, Gary, thanks very much.
That was kind of a strange play right there.
Yep.
Kane was conceding that Weeks was going to move up to third base, tag and move up to third. So when Weeks bluffed and went back, Kane's going to throw this ball into second to try to prevent the runner from going from first to second. He's pretty sure Weeks is going to third, so he just comes up throwing to second base here. Gets away from everybody, but
first and second with one down, and Daniel Nava takes strike one.
He wanted to throw that ball to second base to keep Mookie Betts on first to keep the double play in order. But Weeks wasn't sure that he could make it to third, so he didn't go.
Tardy on that swing was Nava, 99 back-to-back pitches.
Daniel Nava has gotten more playing time, especially from the left-hand side, like he is tonight against right-handed pitching. But he's in a position where if you're not playing every day, you don't get that much playing time like he hasn't this year, your name's in the lineup, you're staying in the lineup, even if you're sick.
Reaches out and fouls it off to the left out of play. For Ventura, the pitching line brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers. 4 1/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. He hasn't walked anybody and struck out 6.
Hasn't walked anybody. He's drilled 2 guys.
Hit Nava in the 3rd, hit Betts in the 5th. 0-2 pitch. Hold off, staying alive is Nava. On the ground and under the glove of Escobar to left field. Coming around from second is Weeks. He will score, and the Red Sox take a 4-2 lead. Daniel Nava gets it by Escobar.
Escobar either got a lousy jump on that or he was leaning towards second base. Look at that. That ball's more than halfway to him before he even gets a jump at all. Scoots past him. I mean, when you're a hitter, you love that.
He's a step or so to his right, and he could have a double play possibility right there.
Yeah. That ball got by him pretty quickly, and it wasn't that far away from him. Nava's happy about it.
Single and an RBI, 26th RBI of the year. First and second with 1 out. And now Salvador Perez going out to talk to Ventura. We have a moment. Let's take a look at tonight's list, brought to you by Benjamin Moore. Oldest ballparks in the major leagues. Fenway Park, of course, on top. Wrigley Field. Dodger Stadium, 1962. Angel Stadium of Anaheim. O.Co Coliseum.
I don't even know what that is.
O.Co Coliseum?
Yeah.
You know where it is.
I know where it is.
Kauffman Stadium here, 1973. A swing and a miss for Cespedes. Big cut there. Angel Stadium has changed so much over the years, though, it's hard to imagine that that's the same ballpark. They closed it in, and they took it away. I mean, it looks great.
The Big A fell down.
Yeah, I mean, that's... Remember when the Rams played there, and they closed it in completely all the way around. On the ground, a shortstop chance here for Escobar. They go to second for one, and to first, not in time. They get Knob at second base, but Cespedes reaches and Betts takes third.
Cespedes can get down the line pretty quickly. This is a ball that just takes a little too long to set up. Tough double play to turn right there. This ball does not hit that hard. You see it dribbling through the grass.
Chance here for Alan Craig. Craig is grounded to short and struck out swinging. For the first, and Cespedes gets back. Pretty good move there by Ventura.
Quick. Another one of the reasons why nobody steals against the guy. Quick to the plate, quick to first. Throws 100.
Cespedes taken off, and they got hung up. Mookie Betts, who gets tagged out to end the inning. Red Sox running into an out to end the inning. They get a run, take a 4-2 lead. An interesting play there at the end of the inning on the double steal attempt. Probably the wrong catcher to try it against.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness by Mookie Betts right there, but you got to do it against a catcher that might not be paying attention. We've talked about the two catchers on both of these clubs here are so good. Perez is not going to let you get away with a steal like that without peeking down to see the guy on third base, to see what he's doing before he releases the ball. In that case, he saw Mookie coming down the line trying to pull off a double steal, and he said, So the Red Sox do get a run in the top half of the fifth inning, take a 4-2 lead.
Orioles leading it off here and trying to bunt his way on. Pops it up. Vasquez has a play, and he makes the catch in foul ground. So Akey trying to bunt his way on here, and he ends up fouling out. One down for Omar Infante. 1 for 2 in the game. He's grounded to short and struck out swinging.
We mentioned it in yesterday's ball game that Infante's been battling through a shoulder problem that's slowed him down a little bit.
On the corner. And it's 0-2. City as a team hits a .261. That is 4th in the American League. A fly ball out to right center. Bradley is out there. And he puts it away for out number 2 of the inning. Tonight's suits are designed by Joseph Abboud, custom made in the USA from fine Italian fabrics. Now available at Men's Warehouse.
Joseph Abboud, I'll tell you, I feel good in a Joseph Abboud suit.
I feel great in a Joseph Abboud suit. 2 down here in the inning. Alex Gordon has grounded out and walked. I told Joseph last week that his shirts are maybe the best thing that he does. I love the shirts.
Like the shirts even
Yes,
better, do you?
I like the shirts. Love the shirts.
Hey, it's a good gig all the way around. They do excellent work, fit well.
Fly ball out to left center field. Incoming is Cespedes. And he'll make the catch. Alan Webster with a nice easy 1-2-3 fifth inning has a 4-2 lead.
Rejoined the Red Sox here in Kansas City. Unfortunately, though, given the bad news that he did in fact suffer a concussion when he and Dustin Pedroia collided in Game 1 against Toronto on August 25th, and you'll remember August 26th, the very next day. That very picture was actually in the front page of the sports section there on the Toronto Sun. Brock Holt had that picture hanging from his locker. Unfortunately, didn't know at the time. Of course, he went on to play a couple games before being shelved due to an illness. Didn't know at that time that he was dealing with a concussion, unfortunately. Was given the news yesterday that he was, like John Farrell mentioned earlier, he will play likely before the end of the season. Just not going to happen here during this Kansas City series, and don't know what he's going to do with that picture, but now it probably holds a little bit more meaning, unfortunately.
Yeah, it turns out, I think, a real big surprise. I mean, he had the apparently symptoms all along, but had the illness as well mixed in there, and then now you find out that he's had it for a long time.
It's too bad.
Will Middlebrooks batting with one out. Alan Craig flied out to the center fielder Lorenzo Cain.
Gary looks like he's staying toasty warm down there on the sidelines.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah. Twitter sphere is all abuzz about his Red Sox colored Snuggie that he's wearing.
Yeah, guys, kind of tucking my hands away, but I'm getting the job done. Jameson Coyle back in Nesson, he's making fun of me because I'm rocking the mock turtleneck. He's calling it a Snuggie, but listen, I am snuggled. It's not a Snuggie, but it does the trick.
And you look good.
Big time fan of the wool.
Yeah, on a night like tonight.
That's right.
This is out to right center field, and it's going to get down. Over to cut it off, Aoki, as Middlebrooks has got himself a one-out single. First hit of the night tonight for Will.
Couple hits last night and a hit tonight, and I know John Farrell will be happy with that one because last night we talked about it, that with a guy throwing sinkers to him, it was a smart decision for him to try to get that bat head out and maybe pull the ball in the left field. He got 2 hits doing that. He smoked another one to center field, but John Farrell would love to see him use the field a little bit more like he did when he came up a couple of seasons ago, and that opposite field hit right there put a smile on his manager's face.
1 out, 1 on for Jackie Bradley. 0 for 2 in the game. Fouls it back, down 0-2.
We talked a lot about the signs that Brian Butterfield was going through down there at third base. He just went through a bunch of them with Bradley at the plate and Middlebrooks on first, but those two guys aren't a great combination to put anything on. Bradley swings through too many pitches. Middlebrooks doesn't have the greatest speed.
Unfortunately for Jackie Bradley Jr., you can't guarantee contact.
Right. And that coincides with what we talked about, just a little bit of a long, big swing.
Connects with this out to right field. Aoki going back onto the track in front of the wall to make the catch. Middlebrooks back to the bag at first with now 2 down. Alltown, New England's premier convenience retailer, is committed to supporting the communities they serve. For every home run the Red Sox hit the rest of the season, Alltown will donate $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. Visit alltown.com for an Alltown location near you. 2 down here in the 6th inning. Middlebrooks at first base, and Christian Vasquez the batter. 0 for 2 in the game. He struck out swinging and grounded back to the mound. 80th pitch of the night for Ventura. Misses with the breaking ball away. Fouled off to the left, out of play.
That last graphic didn't make me feel good. Didn't make me feel
Walt
better
Disney
about
one?
Walt Disney. No.
The mouse? Why?
Yeah, just feeding a mouse in his studio.
Yeah, and then it became Mickey Mouse. That's
Yeah.
pretty incredible.
Yeah.
You freaked out by it?
Not a big fan of mice.
Okay.
No. Unless it's Mickey Mouse, but come on. I did not know that Walt spent some time here in Kansas City.
Well, that was also new information for me, too.
Disneyland, Disney World.
Emanates from Kansas City.
Awesome. Good stuff.
Brooks held on at first base by Hosmer. 2 down here in the 6th inning.
If you have kids, you will find yourself at one place or the other. multiple times.
Been there, done that, especially in spring training. Best time to go.
There you go. You mean along with every other person that's down there for spring break? Yeah. It doesn't sound like the best time to go for me. I want to go on a Wednesday in the wintertime.
Out is Vasquez now. Jamal Weeks waiting on deck with 2 down here in the 6th inning. Now bounce in, and it hangs at 2. Now it's 3-2. Four runs, 7 hits, no errors for Boston. 2 runs, 4 hits, and an error for Kansas City.
Same situation here. I'd be surprised if Middlebrooks is on the move with a 3-2 count. Just 2 outs, he's going.
And there is ball 4. So a walk here to Vasquez, and just his first of the night. Well, this Sunday, catch a special David Ortiz themed episode of Nesson Clubhouse. We learn how to hit opposite field and how to get strong like David Ortiz. Plus, we learn how to be a bullpen cop at Fenway. Don't miss Nesson Clubhouse live and commercial free at Sunday at 12:30. 2 on, 2 down. Dave Island, pitching coach, out there to talk to Ventura. Everybody warming in the Kansas City pen. Well, Weeks has been a problem for him so far tonight. Weeks doubled to right in the 3rd. He doubled to left in the 5th. And he has scored 2 runs tonight.
He's had a nice series here.
First time he's had 2 doubles in a game since 2011.
He's got a little bit of a chance due to some of the other injuries. When you look at Pedroia and now Brock Holt, 2 guys definitely would be playing in front of him, making the most of it.
A double last night too. Also scored a couple of runs. Missed by a lot, 1-1. Red Sox getting Weeks from the Baltimore Orioles August the 30th. Exchange for Kelly Johnson, we just saw in the series against the O's. Only in 3 games with Baltimore this year. A bounce in, nice play by Perez, sliding to his right.
Looks like Ventura's starting to struggle a little bit with his command. An outstanding play behind the plate. You really don't expect your catcher to block a ball that bounces up that high. You expect them to get down and get the balls that are in the dirt, but once a ball hits the ground and bounces up almost head high, pretty tough play.
Action for Kansas City for the first time. Jason Frazier up in the bullpen for Kansas City. All-time leader in appearances for the Toronto Blue Jays. Chopped down the first base line, foul.
You can see that later on into the game, after Ventura's thrown a number of pitches, he can become a little bit more of a thrower rather than a pitcher. He doesn't have a nice fluid delivery. We talked about how easy he throws the ball. He's not a max effort guy, but he doesn't really have a repeatable delivery either. Kind of just turns and wings it.
Out straight back. 96 and Weeks was on it. School is back in session, but specially priced Red Sox tickets for students are still available for every Sox game. Tickets start at just $9. Go to redsox.com/student to take advantage of this great offer today. Mookie Betts, top of the Red Sox order, waiting on deck with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. In the air, down the left field line, Gordon will give chase, but that'll end up in the seats. Stock is there as well.
Pretty good battle right now.
Popped up. Moustakas backpedaling into foul ground to make the catch that ends the inning. Red Sox strand a pair but have a 4-2 lead. Lesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Now back in Kansas City, 4-2. Boston on top of the Kansas City Royals. Alan Webster back on the mound for Boston. His pitching line is brought to you by Ace Tickets. 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. He's walked a batter, struck out 2, and has thrown 74 pitches. 2 runs for Kansas City coming in the 4th inning. He's had 3 1-2-3 innings in his outing.
I'd like to see him in this inning get right back to attack mode like he was early in this ball game. First 4 or 5 innings really was going after guys. There you go. Just he has the kind of stuff, especially in tonight's ball game, where he can literally say, I'm going to throw this sinking fastball, this 2-seamer, I'm going to throw it right down the middle. It won't stay there.
On the ground to first baseman Alan Craig covering his Webster there with plenty of time to spare. 1 down in the inning. Let's check in with Adam Peller on a Toyota game break. Adam. All right, Adam, thanks very much. Bullpen is busy now for Boston. Tommy Lane and Burke Badenhop up in the pen. Hosmer takes a pitch that bounces in. He has put together the 2 runs for Kansas City. His 2-run home run, 7th home run of the year in the 4th inning. Now a pop-up left side. Bogarts ducking back onto the short lawn and left. 2 down. Well, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union, tomorrow at 6:30. TC and Jim Rice will continue the top 30 Red Sox moments on NESN. Countdown number 15. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? 2 outs here in the 6th, and it brings up Salvador Perez. He has singled to center and fouled out to Alan Craig, the first baseman. 1 for 2.
I think John Farrell's got a couple guys up in the pen to bring him some insurance in case things go south for Webster. He's had some up and down starts here. He's had a good one here. You want to continue to make him feel good about what he's done out there, to have some help backed up if you need it. But he's doing a good job in this inning, going right after guys.
Good pitch, didn't get credit for it.
He's thrown 81 pitches. He's very close to getting through the 6th inning here. Yeah, maybe a little bit low. Stay down there, though. That's all right. Good place to miss.
Swing and a miss. 93 on the fastball, 2-2. They went 5 1/3 last time. 4 innings the time before that. 4 1/3 the time before that. So getting through 6 would be terrific tonight. It's 2-2 pitch. And a pop-up. Foul ground. Vasquez has a play, and he makes it. Another 1-2-3 inning for Alan Webster. Through 6 innings, Red Sox have a 4-2 lead. Maintenance player specializing in all your cleaning and wellness needs. WB Mason also provides a full selection of 3M safety products that can't be struck out. Whenever, whenever, wherever. Who but WB Mason? 4-2, Boston on top of Kansas City, and John Farrell over to congratulate Webster. I think Webster wants to stay in this game, no doubt, but he's pitching great tonight. Looks like he is coming out.
Wow. Quick hook. What did he throw? 83 pitches, 84, something like that.
He threw 83. Tied the last 7 batters that he faced in the game.
Is that surprising to you?
No. I'll tell you why. I think it's along the lines of what you just said, actually, at the end of the last inning. Have him finish on a good note, because he really hasn't the last few times out. He's come out after like 4 innings, 4 1/3, and he's had that bad taste in his mouth for the 4 days in between. Here, he pitches very well. It's down the line into left field. And heading for 2 is going to be Mookie Betts to begin this inning. He's got himself a double. So that's the only reason I think that he chose to do so there, is have a good outing, 6 solid innings from him, and take it from there and have him sit on that for a few days.
I think that's absolutely legitimate. But I'm also thinking, when is the time to learn how to get past that? When can you get in trouble and get out of it if you never do? I think I would have given him a chance to get in trouble next inning. First guy gets on, out of there. He might have breezed through the next inning like he just did. 1, 2, 3. There's John Farrell there, and I'll tell you what, I don't have too many complaints with what John Farrell does. Love the way he handles his team. He's a straight shooter. He'll tell you what he thinks, and he certainly has a good reason for doing what he's doing right here. Personally, I think he's having a great outing. Run him back out there again, see if he can keep it going. It's not like he has 110 pitches.
Mookie Betts will lead off double to begin things here in the 7th. Now Xander Bogaerts. And Xander will take strike 1.
Yeah. Could almost make a case for Webster that his last 2 innings were his 2 best. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. Nice job by him tonight.
Outside to Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts has singled, struck out, and fly to center field.
That's one of the things that I really appreciate about John Farrell and the way he does his job as a manager, is that'll be one of the first questions he's asked after this game. The Red Sox go on to win this game 6-2 or whatever, however it ends up being. Someone will say, hey, pretty quick hook for Webster. Why? John will give you a reason.
The other thing that may be taking into account, too, is the number of innings. Some of these younger pitchers they've had this year that have already logged a lot of time in Pawtucket this year, and that's been a conversation. Especially Ruby De La Rosa's name has come up in some instances that they may not be going that deep into outings the remainder of the year here in September. So that could have played into it, too.
Sure. You really did your homework today, man.
I just got some stuff.
You made 2 excellent points in that conversation.
A couple things.
I disagree with both of them, but you made 2.
2-2. And Bogaerts fouls it off to the right, out of play.
I always wondered what you do after the games when you just go home at night, but clearly
I study all night.
Facing a book.
That's right.
Man.
I was deep into all their
poring over
innings
statistics
pitched last night.
Yeah, man. Tell ya.
Bogaerts fouling it back to the screen. Still 2-2. Let's take a closer look at tomorrow's starting pitchers. Ruby De La Rosa, 16 starts, 4-6 with a 4.01 earned run average. Jeremy Guthrie in 29 starts, 10-11 with a 4.54 ERA. Closer look is brought to you by FW Web. For an even closer look, visit FWWeb.com. 2-2 pitch coming to Xander Bogaerts, and that'll miss high. See an 8th pitch in the at-bat.
Bogart's looking for another opportunity at a 2-hit game. Oh,
Hot by Ventura, robbed him of a base hit right there. Right into the glove.
this kid is quick. Good athlete. That's some good reaction time, huh?
Wow.
And he wanted to turn a double play.
Yeah, he did. Spun, but nobody had time even to move. So 1 out, and Betts still at second base.
It all happened.
A clank off Perez. Don't see that often. Third base goes Betts. Fastball charge to Perez.
And we'll see a replay of this. You wonder if he got crossed up. Doesn't look like it. It looked like kind of a breaking ball, and when Perez reached up for it, he didn't think it was going to break, and then it had a little wrinkle on it at the end. You know what I like about today's game now too? Gold chains are coming back.
It's making its way back, isn't it? Did you wear a gold chain throughout your career?
Oh, I did.
Fouled off to the left out of play. Many chains or just one?
I think there was at one point in time there may have been 2.
But you didn't go like 8 like Mr. T or anything?
No. I couldn't afford it. Got 1.
You doubled up on them though, huh?
For a little bit. Mostly just 1. But, you know, back when I played, it was big. You know, the big thing was guys had their number in diamonds.
Yeah.
Couldn't afford that either. So I had this gold baseball glove that hung around my neck, and for the ball was a little diamond. It's kind of cool. Picked that up in like Venezuela when I was playing.
Worked with Frank Viola a couple of years ago as he was filling in with us, and he had his number on a chain still. Yeah. And I realized that was the same era, really.
Well, I figure if you spend that much money, you got to keep wearing it.
Yes. Infield in all the way around is Nava with a swing and a miss.
Like I said, I would have gone broke anyway. I came back to play for the Red Sox 4 different times. I had 4 different numbers. I would end up being a charm bracelet.
Probably not cool to wear my high school number, right? Get a chain with my high school number.
106.
2-2 has popped up. Here goes the shortstop,
trouble.
Escobar, and he will get there to make the catch. Betts has to stay at third, 2 down. For every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will make a donation to Boston Children's Hospital towards a $25,000 donation once again this season. CVS Pharmacy is the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox. 2 down in the 7th inning, and it brings up Yoenis Cespedes. Cespedes grounded out to third in the first, singled in the 3rd inning, and reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th. Single in the 3rd produced a run, his 95th RBI of the year. Still throwing hard, 99 miles an hour on pitch 109. We're talking about the extent in which he could sustain that velocity. He sustained it just very, very well in this game.
The highest average fastball of any starter in baseball.
Chopper to third base. Moustakas plays the high hop and throws out Cespedes to end things in the top of the 7th. 7th inning stretch, 4-2 Boston. Ticket, the official Red Sox ticket partner, has the best seats at the lowest prices to all the games at Fenway with a 200% guarantee. Right now, Ace Ticket has special savings on all Red Sox games. That looks good.
And you would know.
A little bit of brisket there for you.
What kind of plate did you go with?
Today I went with the St. Louis style half rack of ribs.
Half rack?
I went half rack.
Disappoints
today.
me.
Yeah, because I also got the smoked carrots that were in there too.
Oh.
Yeah, I figured I'd go a little veggie there, make myself feel better about it.
Yeah, it didn't though, did it?
No, it didn't.
Because they're all caramelized and sugared and
butter.
Oh yeah.
It's called The Bullpen, brought to you by New England Ford Dealers. Tommy Lane first out of the pen tonight for Boston. Lane's 24th appearance, 2-1 with a 1.06 earned run average. 12 strikeouts to 7 walks. Opponents hitting at 190 against Lane. Alan Webster retired the last 7 he faced before departing, as Mike Moustakas takes strike 1 from Lane.
Well, Lane has proven that if you don't get to him early, it's pretty tough to hit. He likes to get ahead. You should have swung at that first pitch, because now he's going to go farther off the plate.
Alan Webster tonight, 6 innings, 4 hits. Gives up 2 runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Chance for his 4th win of the year. We revisit our Scion poll. Kansas City and barbecue running away.
For Manny Brothers, that's good at like 2 in the morning. It's not like a lunchtime thing.
And crab cakes, I think we're going to be having them when we go to Baltimore.
Absolutely.
Usually have them in the press room at the stadium.
A few more opportunities to have your ribs here, though.
Tomorrow's it. Sunday's a day game, so it won't happen on Sunday.
You don't even mess around with like the rib chicken combo. You go straight for the meat.
Actually, you know what? In Texas, I do. I place in Texas, but not Kansas City. Kansas City, I'm all about the ribs.
All right.
Hayden Hop still warming in the pen. This one he hits twice and fouls it off. Stay tuned tonight following WB Mason extra innings for Red Sox Final presented by Assurance. Send your questions to Adam at hashtag Sox Final. Maybe yours will be answered on Red Sox Final presented by Assurance.
See, I think Lane has enough confidence in his pitches here, 2-2, to try to go harder and throw this slider harder with a little bit more tilt down and away. And if he misses, he'll come back with the other one. And he didn't miss. That's nasty. If he throws that pitch and it's not called a strike, he can come back with a different pitch 3-2. He doesn't care. See ya.
Nika Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance. 1 and done for Tommy Lane. He strikes out Moustakas. Burke Badenhop will be coming in. Green Mountain Coffee K-Cup packs to keep you running. It guarantees to satisfy any fan base. Ordered by 11:30 a.m. and get free same-day delivery. Huba WB Mason. One down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Burke Badenhop into the game. And his first pitch in there for strike one to Lorenzo Cain. Badenhop, his 65th appearance, 0-3 with a 2.43 earned run average. 37 strikeouts and 19 walks. Opponents hitting at 272 against him. There's a chopper right side. Jamal Weeks from the outfield grass gets it there in a hurry in time to get Cain. Had to hurry up on that bounding ball.
Cain can really run, but he says he's the 3rd fastest guy on the team. Dyson and Gore both run better than he does. Dyson leads this team in stolen bases. We haven't even seen him.
2 down to the 7th inning. Alcides Escobar is grounded out to second, flied out to center, 0 for 2. Last time we saw Burke Badenhop was on Tuesday against the Baltimore Orioles, going in inning. He's now one shy of his career high in appearances. He's now at 65, career high is 66 that he set in 2012, and that was for Joe Madden and the Tampa Bay Rays. He's given up just 1 earned run in his last 10 appearances, 9 1/3 innings. Line to right, Betts on the move, will get there. The Royals are down in order in the 7th inning. It's on to the 8th, 4-2 Boston. Scion TC, Southwest Airlines, your New England Audi dealers, and by Nissan, innovation that excites. 8th inning back in Kansas City. Boston on top 4-2, out hitting the Royals 8-4. And a new pitcher on for Kansas City, Jason Frazier, into the game. His 57th appearance, 4-1 with a 2.98 earned run average. 41 strikeouts, 17 walks. Opponents hitting at 248 against Frazier. Part of this very good bullpen for Kansas City. Takes over for Giordano Ventura. Goes the first 7 innings in tonight's game. Gives up a total of 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. Walked 1 and struck out 6. Koji Uehara is up in the Red Sox pen. Alan Craig leading it off here for Boston in the 8th, 0 for 3 tonight. As he takes strike 1. Watch Sox in 2 every game day at midnight. Presented by Kiel Vodka. Stay balanced.
Well, because the Royals have not been in the lead late in the game, the Red Sox haven't even seen their best relievers. Some guys that could come in and flat out shut you down. Ed Yost hasn't really been able to go to them because he doesn't want to waste them in the situation.
Strike 2, right at the top of the zone, 1 and 2.
Kelvin Herrera, Wade Davis. These guys are lights out. Greg Holland, their closer now, probably is ready to start pitching again. He had a little arm issue, but he's ready to go again.
Frazier has faced the Red Sox so much in his career. 64 career outings against Boston. This one fouled off to the right as a longtime Toronto Blue Jay. He has held the Red Sox as a team to a .203 average in those 64 career outings. Last worked on Monday at Detroit, stranding an inherited runner.
I think that would be hard if you were a reliever. You think you might be able to get in almost any game. Pitched on Monday, today's Friday. I get it if I'm a starter. I know I'm not going to throw every 5th day, but that seems like a long time between appearances, doesn't it?
Well, you also got 10 guys down there in the bullpen in September.
That's right.
It's hard to get everybody in. Craig fouls it off to the right, out of play. Still 2 and 2.
That pitch is 92 miles an hour, and I'm not saying that that's a slow pitch, but you see Ventura running up there 98, 99, 90, 99 every pitch, and Craig's late on that. That's what we've kind of seen out of Alan Craig lately, just kind of a slow bat, almost a tired swing.
And he'll take strike 3. And
that's what happens.
Corner.
That's what happens when you're going bad, too. Anything close is strike 3. That didn't have to be strike 3. That could have easily been called a ball. But when you can't buy a hit, that's always strike 3. Filthy pitch.
One down in the 8th inning brings up Will Middlebrooks.
Alan Craig's just a better baseball player than what he's shown so far. There's no question.
Middlebrooks with a swing and a miss. You've seen him a lot more than we have in the National League in the past.
He can hit. I mean, this guy is like, I don't know what his career numbers, but they're right around 300. This guy has, 15 to 20 home run power and hits you 315. That's the kind of player he is. And drive in runs because of the numbers he throws up. Red Sox fans just haven't seen that out of him yet.
Middlebrooks down in the count here, 0-2. Staying away, and Middlebrooks not chasing.
In the open of our show, the 3 guys that we said needed to make an impression on the Boston Red Sox organization in these last 15 games. Of those three guys, Craig, Middlebrooks, and Jackie Bradley Jr., Middlebrooks is the only one with a hit tonight.
Fouled off to the
Rob
right.
Bradford again.
Oh, no, no chance this time.
How many people did you think Bradford texted after he caught that foul ball? 100?
Everybody he knows.
Yeah. There he is. Tweeted the entire universe.
Does he know that he has tape on the top of his headset?
They probably put that on there and just waited.
Rookie hazing thing?
Yeah, you could blow a bubble and stick it on his head. Have some bubble gum, blow a bubble, pop it right on top of his head. He wouldn't even know, right? Still, what?
There's a base, but I still got it.
Someone's telling him right now that he's on TV.
2-2 pitch is in there for strike 3, and Middlebrooks is down by way of the K. 2 down. It's time for NESN Sports Today update with Jameson and Sarah. Back in Kansas City with 2 outs in the 8th inning. Jason Frazier with back-to-back strikeouts, both looking. It's Craig and Middlebrooks, and here's Bradley Jr. There for a strike, 1-1. 19,191 the attendance tonight. 19,191. Cold night in Kansas City.
You write songs about this town.
Strike 2. What's your favorite?
The only one I know. They got some crazy little women down here, according to the song.
Swing and a miss. Frazier strikes out the side. A 1-2-3-8, the 4-2 Red Sox lead. Want an easy way to pay for your Dunkin' Donuts? Download Dunkin's free mobile app. With the app, you can load a DD card and pay right from your phone, receive exclusive mobile offers, enroll in auto recharge, and instantly send DD gift cards. Message and data rates may apply. Full terms of use. Visit DunkinDonuts.com. Red Sox Nation runs on Dunkin'. That's 4-2. Red Sox have the lead as we send it down to Gary Streisky.
Guys, Koji Uehara on the mound for the first time in over a week. A matter of fact, John Farrell said he was actually available to come out of the bullpen yesterday. Of course, the last time we saw Koji Uehara was very unlike Koji Uehara, September 4th, when he gave up back-to-back home runs against the Yankees, a walk-off shot to Chase Hidley. John Farrell then said he's not going to shut him down for the entire season. He's going to put him in these situations, low-leverage type situations, as Koji Uehara works his way back into that closer role, and apparently it's starting tonight.
He comes in here to face the top of the Kansas City Royals order. Ori Aoki, 0 for 3 in the game. He's grounded out twice and fouled out. Biggest difference we've seen with him, the fastball the same, 88 and 89 miles an hour. It is the splitter that was so good that has all of a sudden eluded him. All of a sudden, it is not doing the same kind of break and darting off the table. Left it up, and it has been hit hard.
Yep, just no movement. We all know he doesn't throw very hard. He rarely breaks 90 with the fastball, and the splitter is his equalizer. I've enjoyed how all the sports have gotten smarter over time. Basketball, they talk about they have good length, nice spacing on the court. In baseball now, you can come in and pitch in a low leverage situation.
I would say that this is not a low leverage situation. It's a 4-2 lead and late in the game.
But it's the 8th, not the 9th.
It's true. It's lower than the other leverage.
A lower leverage. There's certain leverages. This is lower.
To me, low leverage would be it's 6-0, and you come in. I think that would be a low leverage situation. Just my opinion.
It's all relative, I guess. It's a lower leverage.
Fouled off to the left, still 1-2.
Is that a check swing?
You know what? I wasn't even looking at the swing. I was looking at you. Well, I'm only human. 1-2 pitch. That is a full swing. A foul ball down the left field line. Marinfante waiting on deck. Then Alex Gordon expected here in the bottom of the 8th inning for Kansas City. Reaches out and pokes it into left center field. Coming from left is Cespedes. Boy, he really gained on that in a hurry, throwing it into another gear to make the grab.
See, here's that swing. He just kind of throws his bat into the hitting zone, and Cespedes says, I don't think he can hit it over my head, so he played him shallow. Watch the swing. Half.
Dang,
it's a check swing.
Like a check swing.
It's a check swing, just like a oops. Doesn't even follow through.
Kind of punches out.
Makes it work for himself. One of the hottest Royals hitters over the last, since the All-Star break, really.
He's frustrated. An 0 for 4 night for Aoki. One down here in the 8th inning. Except Marinfante. The Tigers win tonight. Win 7-2, so now a virtual tie at the moment. David Price with the win. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
Obviously, we have seen the Red Sox play some dreadful games this season. But coming in here these last 2 nights, it doesn't look like the Royals are a team that are fighting to win a division.
And the strikeout there for Infante, 2 down here in the 8th.
Zip. Ran that ball up in the zone. Occasionally, Koji will do that to get a strikeout.
And defensively, they've not looked good. Offensively, they've not looked good.
We haven't seen their greatest assets as far as some of their starters and certainly their best out of the bullpen. They haven't been able to run. That has a lot to do with not being able to get on base, being behind in ball games, and also Christian Vasquez sitting behind the plate.
There's a closer, Greg Holland, up in the pen. Some tricep problems lately, but warming up in the pen right now. "12 in a row retired by Red Sox pitching." Wide effort.
They've been making some quick work of these guys, too. There it is. Koji's got to feel a lot better when he lets go of this pitch and it does that. Throw a splitter right here.
To right field, Mookie Betts coming in to make the catch. It ends the inning. A 1-2-3/8 inning for Koji Uehara. Warehouse proudly introducing Joseph Abboud. TC and Jim Rice will hear from Red Sox General Manager Ben Cherington. That's tomorrow at 6 p.m. on NESN. 4-2. Koji Uehara has a good 1-2-3 bottom of the 8th inning. And we head on to the 9th inning. The closer coming in now for Kansas City, trying to keep this a 2-run deficit for the Kansas City Royals. Leading it off is Christian Vasquez. 0 for 2 with a walk in the ball game tonight is Vasquez. And a first pitch strike to Vasquez. Greg Holland into the game here. 60th appearance, 1-2. He's 42 out of 44 in save opportunities. Obviously, this is not 80 strikeouts to 18 walks. Opponents hitting at 185 against him. Oh, we saw a typical Koji Uehara after an inning. Back, good to see him fired up again.
Yeah. Oh, where's David Ortiz to pick him up and throw him over his shoulder? That's what I think Koji was looking for. He does have fun, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Swing and a miss. Chasing was Vasquez at a pitch down and away. Badly fooled for the first out of the 9th inning.
See, if you're going to go that way, you got to go that way. That front shoulder for me, Vasquez just kind of pulling off just a little bit. It's a small adjustment. think he kind of got into a little bit of a bad habit earlier tonight with Ventura throwing 98. Got to gear up to get there, but you can't do it by pulling off.
Weeks taking the strike. His 2 doubles in the game tonight and has scored 2 runs. Also fouled out to the third baseman, Mike Moustakas. Did not pitch on the last road trip in its entirety for Kansas City. Last time he had pitched was on September the 3rd, so 9 days ago. Outside for ball 2, 2-1.
He does a funny little thing, at least it looks like it, when he comes to his stretch with his hands held high over his head. His ball, not even really holding it in his glove. It's just right off the top of the fingertips of his glove.
He's 89 for 94 in conversions since the start of 2013.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
Yeah.
89 saves, in fact, ranked second in the majors, only behind Craig Kimbrell's 93 with the Atlanta Braves.
See how his hand isn't even in his glove there?
Yep. Strike 2, full count. '89 saves over the last 2 years, tied Dan Quisenberry at 45 and 83 and 44 and 84 for the most by a Royal over back-to-back seasons.
That Quisenberry was fun.
Yeah, I'm sure you enjoyed that.
A lot of fun to hit off of. No.
That'll bounce in for ball 4, and Weeks on for the 3rd time in the game. Alltown, New England's premier convenience retailer, is committed to supporting the communities they serve. For every home run the Red Sox hit the rest of the season, Alltown will donate $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. Visit alltown.com for an Alltown location near you. One out, Weeks at first, and Mookie Betts coming up. Fly to right, singled, been hit by a pitch and doubled.
That would be take in the dummy signs. Just one clap.
In there for a strike, 1-1.
That's one of the best coaches in all of baseball right there. Baseball lifer. Dad was with the Yankee organization for so many years. He came up through the Yankee organization. Been with John Farrell now for a number of years, both in Toronto and here. You know that he has his own managing aspirations. Love that opportunity, but loves what he's doing so much right now. And he says it's a great comfort level that he has. You cannot beat him to the ballpark.
Did he go? He did. Strikes out. Second strikeout for Holland as Mookie Betts is out number 2 of the inning.
And I know Holland just walked the guy in Weeks, but he's just kind of a strike throwing machine. Talked about his save numbers over the last few seasons, which are just ridiculously good. And he just kind of pounds the strike zone, relies on his movement, gets ground balls.
2 down, Xander Bogaerts. Off the end of the bat, foul. Bogaerts with a single back in the first inning. Struck out in the third. Flied out to center in the fifth and lined out to the mound in the seventh. And a nice catch by the starter, Ventura. Red Sox closer is up, Edward Mujica.
Yep.
Strike two.
I think it was Casey Coleman who came in last night's ball game, was kind of a crossfire guy, threw across his body. And when you look at what Holland does here, he kind of opens up. Wouldn't generally teach a guy to do that. He kind of swings his leg towards the Royals dugout. He doesn't land that foot straight at home plate. Normally a guy, if he did that a lot, would open up. They're kind of opening up already. That would cause your ball to kind of go up and into right-handed hitters, but he still stays right over the top and gets strikes anyway. Watch how this front foot will land open.
Time called very late. Bouncing in and picked there by Perez.
Johnny Bench. I got it.
Bogaerts fouls it off. Still 1-2. Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings live right after the game. Guys will break down Alan Webster's start. Have John Farrell's post-game comments. Can't go wrong when you buy right at WB Mason.
You see how Perez is crouched behind the plate right now with a runner on first base. Watch how he'll hop up and he'll be kind of sitting on his haunches. Won't be crouched down there. He'll get up. See, that's so he can throw if he has to.
Well, Holland ends up striking out the side. We head to the bottom of the ninth inning. It's 4-2 Boston.
Alan Webster tonight. You could arguably say this was his best start of the season. He had a good one against the Angels, but man, some big strikeouts, great movement, let his defense work, kept the ball over the plate. We know at times he's had trouble throwing strikes. Not tonight. Did a good job against a team that's fighting to get into the playoffs.
Well, tonight's game summary is brought to you by Xfinity. Webster, as you mentioned, look at his line tonight. Jamal Weeks, couple hits, couple doubles. Mookie Betts 2 for 4 in the game. Other side, Giordano Ventura goes 7 innings. He's on the hook right now. Hosmer hit a 2-run home run of Alan Webster earlier, his 7th home run of the year. It's on to the bottom of the 9th. And Edward Mujica, strike 1 over the outside corner to Billy Butler. Mujica taking over the closer's role. 61st appearance, 2-4. He's 5 out of 6 in save opportunities. 40 Ks to 13 walks. And opponents hitting at .295 against Mujica. To right field, Mookie Betts twists around and makes the catch for the first out of the 9th inning. HB Hood salutes not only our Red Sox scholars of Boston, but our Red Sox Service Scholarship recipients throughout New England. This year, 95 college seniors will receive $1,000 each for college, thanks to the Red Sox Foundation. Education for life. One down in the bottom of the 9th inning. Eric Hosmer, the batter. He struck out, hit that 2-run home run in the 4th, and popped out to short in the 6th inning. Now 14 batters in a row retired by Red Sox pitching in the game. On the combination of Webster, Lane, Badenhop, Uehara, and Mujica.
One of the things that got Mujica in trouble early this season was the differential between his changeup, which is really his best pitch, and his fastball, which he just didn't feel like he had great velocity on. And so guys were able to kind of hit both pitches. They weren't really worried about him throwing the ball past him with his fastball, and they could sit on the changeup and hit either one of them.
He had the 37 saves last year with St. Louis.
Yeah.
The save in last night's game. This one is chopped right to the shortstop, Xander Bogaerts, and there are 2 outs in the 9th. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, official hospital of the Boston Red Sox, now offers walk-in urgent care in Chestnut Hill. It's open 10 hours a day for minor emergencies. For more information, go to bidmc.org/Chestnut Hill. 2 outs for Mujica, and here is Salvador Perez. 1 for 3 in the game, a single in the 2nd inning. Since then, he's fouled out twice. Once to Alan Craig at first, the other time to Christian Vasquez, the catcher.
Mujica's sort of like a ball of energy out there on the mound, too. He's fidgety.
He's working for the 3rd straight day. As he drops that in there for a strike, 1-1. The final game of the homestand, and the first 2 games here, save situations.
Yep. Run him out there.
Line to left center field. Bradley Jr. on the run. He will get there. Makes the catch that ends the ball game. Jackie Bradley out in left center field makes the grab and a liner off the bat of Perez. And the Red Sox are able to win the first 2 games of the series. They win tonight's ball game 4-2 behind very good pitching tonight from the Red Sox starter and relievers. And another look at this running catch for Bradley. Had to lunge at the end to make the grab.
I think that ball fooled him just a little bit, but he adjusted and made the play.
Red Sox winner. We're back with more from Kansas City right after this.